Hey guys, it's Crystal with Pure Photoshop Actions, and just really fast I wanted to walk through and edit using our new Winter Wonderland set. So I'll just go ahead and dive in. I have this image here of my daughter Tenley, and she was outside playing, and I wanted, the vision for that I had for the image was more winterisk, wintry. And so I'm going to go ahead and change this image. Some people may love it the way it is, and I love it just as it is, but my vision was a little bit different. So, and again, with what I show you, you can go much more heavy-handed if you want. You can go much more light-handed if you want. There's so many options with actions just by changing the opacity and masking that they're pretty much endless. So first what I want to do is change the tones to the image. So I'll come down here to Wintry Blues and click play. And that's going to change that tone drastically. So that's 0%, that's 100%. So I think I want it somewhere between 40 and 50%. I think that's a good, maybe I'll go up a little bit higher to like 50%. I like that a lot. So I'll go ahead, maybe 45. I keep changing it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and Shift Command E and merge that layer. So then I'll come over to Icy Pop and click play, and it's going to add a little bit of a pop to this, and then I'll lower the opacity of this one, and I'll choose a black brush, 0% hardness, and I'll just make sure that that white mask is selected and just kind of brush that off her face a little bit so she's not so blue. And I did it at like 56%. So that's that. So it affects the background and pops that. So I'll go ahead and merge that. Again, you don't have to merge. I just prefer a clean palette, a clean layer palette. So it's totally up to you, whatever you want to do. So now I want to add some snow. So I'll come over here to Pure Snowfall 1. And depending on your computer, my computer for some reason lately has been really slow, and I need to get it checked out. But sometimes it takes just a couple of minutes to run. Sometimes it takes 5 minutes to run. Sometimes it takes 20 seconds to run. So we'll just kind of sit here and let it do its thing really fast. And you can see it starting to put the snow and change everything. So yay, there we go. Okay. So that is right. So that's that. So you automatically have a white mask. So you want to take a brush and obviously erase this from her face, because I don't want to be able to, I don't want it in her face. So I'll change the opacity to 100%, and I'll just come in here and brush this off her face like this. And you can leave more here if you want it to be, more realistic. I may actually change my brush to white and come over here by her hair right here and kind of add some back in there, but I kind of like the way that that looks. Again, you can lower the opacity if you want. You don't have to make it so strong. So I think I'll go probably about 60% or so. I like that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and merge that, and then I'm going to come down to soft snow. And the reason why I like soft snow is it puts a lot of bigger chunks. It'll look like they're closer to the camera, which makes it more believable, because when you shoot and you have real snow, you have some pieces that are bigger because they're closer to your camera, and the snowflakes that are closer to her are smaller. So again, black brush, 100% opacity, and make sure that that layer is selected, and I'll just go ahead and brush that off of her face right there. Okay. But if you look, you can see these bigger chunks, like right here, this one right here, where it looks like it's even more out of focus. That's what makes it more believable that it could legitimately have been real snow that was falling. So I'll go ahead and lower that opacity if you want. Again, you can make it more heavy-handed, you can make it more light-handed, whatever it is that you want. So I'll go ahead and merge those. So then what you want to do is, if you want even more flakes, then I come down here to this action called Snow Brush, and you click play, and it's going to tell you that it's going to create an empty layer and to use your snow brushes that were included in the set. You can lower the opacity, and the way that the snow brushes will work is they will put the snow in random places on the picture. So make sure you pay attention, because you may have to brush it off again off of her face. So hit continue, and come up here to your brushes, and if you haven't loaded your brushes yet, your snow brushes, just click your brush palette right there and click this and click load brushes, and then you have your set right here, and I'll click brushes and click this and open and come down to the bottom, and you'll see there's actually two. I've loaded them a few times, but there's two brushes. So I will use this one, and you'll notice that it looks kind of funny, but that's how it's supposed to be. Make sure that this blank layer is what's selected. It should by default select that layer, but make sure that that's selected, and you just like click and let it do its thing. See, and it puts it in random places, and it makes it random sizes and random opacities and stuff like that. So you can go like that, and again, like right here, I click the white mask, and you need to change your brush to a normal brush. Make sure it's black, 0% hardness, and come right here and brush that off her face, if that's what you want to do. And then you can lower the opacity of this also. Okay, so we have that, and then you can erase more if you want. So I'll go ahead and merge that. So now I just want to do a little bit of dodging and burning. So I'll click the dodge and burn, and I will select a normal. Make sure you have a normal brush, 0% hardness, and it needs to be white. And make sure that you're on the burn, and then I'll come over here, and actually I will probably do this at like between 50 and 60% or so, and come over here and excuse me, and kind of brush on where I want to burn some of the, like, I'll follow where the shadows are, and then I'll lower this even more a little bit, probably about 10 to 15%, and brush on her lips a little bit, and come over to her eyes. Then I'll click the dodge, and I'll raise this a little bit, and kind of brush on her eyes again, and I'll follow where the natural light is right here, and I'll just kind of add some more, and then go like this, make it a little bit bigger. So that's that. So if I select this and hold down my command key and then command G for group, I can see what that did, both of those together. I love that. So that was a quick edit. Here is the before, and that's what we ended up with the after. So it's very wintry, snowy. I love it. It went from very drab, and I mean, a nice picture, but you couldn't tell it was really winter. It was very orange and yellow, to a very like winter stylized type of photo. So again, you can go as heavy-handed or as light-handed as you like, but that is the new Winter Wonderland set.